Well, as you guys know, over the last week we've been building this here STI to give away to one of you guys. Today happens to be the very last day that you can enter to win this car. So tonight at midnight Pacific Standard Time, the giveaway is officially closed. So if you want in, it'll be first link down below. Every $3 you spend is one entry toward the car. Let's go ahead and pop the hood real quick on this old girl. We just put a brand new freaking motor in her. A BCP turbo, paired front mount intercooler, ID 1300s. It's gonna be hitting the dyno tomorrow, and we're hoping for about, I don't know, close to 400 wheel on pump gas. I'm not gonna do any ethanol stuff, but it would make mid fives on ethanol. First link down below. Once again, every $3 you spend is one entry toward this car. Well, today is first drive day of your guys' 07 STI. Before we pull it off the lift and go drive it, there's a couple things I want to address and take care of before it comes off the lift. First, this exhaust, man. Look at this. This is the only HKS product I've ever purchased and been, I guess you could say, disappointed in. It's a $900 catback, and unfortunately, it doesn't really fit, and I'll show you why. Let me pull off this rear diffuser. Diffuser will need to be trimmed. That's very easy to do, but we got a bigger problem. So frustrating, man. So even if we push the exhaust all the way over to where it's hitting the rear diff, right? It's sitting right on the rear diff. It's still not quite where it needs to be. We have two options. Well, we got three options. We could do extended hangers on the whole entire exhaust system so it clears the diff, but then it's gonna sit so far down from the bumper, it ain't gonna look good. Option two, somehow flatten this out right here, just this section right here, so that we can pull the exhaust over. Or option three, you see this little ear right here? That's what it's hitting on. I'm wondering if I could just shave that down on the diff. Granted, it's an STI rear diff. They're pretty expensive if you mess it up, but that looks like just a big, very thick chunk of steel that, quite frankly, doesn't really need to be there. That side is drilled out. I don't know why it's there. I think I'm gonna start with shaving that off. Okay, that's better, for sure, that's better. Okay, it's better, it's definitely better, but it's still too low, and it's hitting the diff as of right now. So I think I'm gonna have to pull that exhaust off and somehow use the shop press to flatten it a little bit, just go from like a 3-inch round to an oval. Man, this is kind of a joke, if I'm being honest. I hope I can do this cleanly. I think I can. I had to do something similar when I was doing the all-wheel drive Type R, so I should be able to get it done quite nicely. And just to clarify, there is no adjustments. This is a fully welded system, all bolted clamps, 2-bolt clamps. There's no V-bands or anything. No way to adjust. You just put it on and it is what it is. Now, like I said yesterday, and I'm just assuming, but I don't think this would be a problem with the WRX rear diff. I'm betting the STI rear diff is quite a bit bigger. All right, we finally got her to fit somewhat decently. I like how it's sitting now. It's definitely a whole lot better than what it was. Unfortunately, if you guys are in the market for a catback, I would stray away from this, not gonna lie. Pretty disappointed, especially for the price tag. And unless we cut that rear diffuser pretty much in half, there's no way that thing's gonna fit. All right, well, let's make sure we're topped off on oil and we can go stack this first 50 miles on it. I'm gonna do 50 miles, come back, change the oil and cut the filter. Let's see how good a true cold start on this thing is. Remember, it's just the base map on here, but it should be pretty close. Yeah, it needs some slight adjustment, but that's pretty freaking close for a base map, man. Oh, it sounds so good. See how old girl's gonna drive. So the check engine light is on, and it's because of the MAF sensor. So that's a very, very easy fix. Take care of that, of course, before she hits the dyno. I'm just dying to get some miles on this thing, man. It sounds so good. Of course, we're not gonna be able to crack the gate open yet. She needs a tune for that. I'm guessing Beta put some sort of very low rev limiter on it. I would assume like 4K. Oh man, this thing drives good now. New coilovers will be in tomorrow. We're doing some Faction Fab FL spec, I believe they were called. Excited to get those coils on, the max speeding rods or whatever the previous owner put on here. Some Chinese coilovers, definitely not the best. They're not terrible, but they could certainly be a whole lot better. So I'm excited for the new ones to come in. A couple other little things that we need to do on the car as well. I have a new Android head unit for it. The Soundstream VR620V ain't cutting it. And what else? That's pretty much it. Coilovers, cut the bumper, new radio, get her tuned. This thing drives like a stock car. It's like Josh has tuned a couple Subarus in his life. ACT clutch feels amazing. Not quite as nice as the ACT Mod Twin, but I love the Street HD clutch that they offer. Very solid option. Still dry as could be. No leaks whatsoever. One thing that is hitting and needs to be addressed, which thankfully will be an easy fix, but the manifold is hitting just this little tab right here. So let's go ahead and get that guy trimmed up. All right, so we got that thing trimmed out. Now, let's pop the filter. Hopefully, we can get it off without getting oil on the manifold. Let's do the first filter cut. What's more nerve-wracking? The first start on a brand new motor or the first time you cut the filter on a brand new motor? I would say the first start. Now, as always, and I say this every single time, but there's going to be something. There's always something in a brand new motor filter. But if it's a bunch of copper or aluminum shavings, you got a problem. All I see is, can you guys see in here? There's ARP fastener lube and some other random stuff. Nothing whatsoever to be concerned about, which is very pleasing to the eyeballs, of course. I had just asked you guys on Instagram a couple minutes ago whether or not we should put the Perrin logo on the front mount, and you guys said yes. So let's do that real quick. It's a sticker, but I'm assuming it's supposed to be used as a stencil. Grab a little bit of the best paint in the world, SEM color coat. This is satin black. Do probably 2 or 3 lighter coats. All right, let's see how she looks. That's sick. That looks really good. So I said in yesterday's video, we have to replace this bumper. I'm still waiting on the bumper and vinyl to come in. So this is gonna be just like this is how much to cut practice bumper. And then when the new bumper comes in, we can properly cut it. Of course, I won't be using that utensil on the good bumper, but that seemed to work out all right. Let's try that. For something like this, that's not a full-on race car. The more OEM, the less cutting, the better, in my opinion. We have to trim that lower section quite a bit more. We finally got her trimmed up enough to fit. And man, oh man, that looks amazing. Jared and I got a little bit carried away, having way too much fun cutting this bumper. I'll throw some clips in here, but this is the final edition. Don't worry. Don't worry, this bumper is not staying on the car. I might give it to Jared.
That's my favorite bumper.
That's a quality bumper.
Bro, what are you doing?
Taking my bumper to the front now. What do you mean? The granule fit down in this section right here, so if you just like melt the plastic, it should have fit, right?
Yeah.
Alright guys, we're getting this thing fully mic'd up for the rest of the night. So this thing should sound immaculate. Are you ready for this? Let's go stack miles on the STI. I'm gonna swing by the house, pick up Bobby, and we're gonna go cruise and just chill. Would you like a mic?
If you want to hear me speak. I hope we can go to the field house tonight.
It's been a while since you've been in like a not new STI. Like a 15 plus, like a, 04 to 07. Now, keep in mind, there's still a couple things on this car that need complete. For example, this has got to be the worst suspension on a car ever. Coilovers come tomorrow.
That's like, it can ruin the whole car.
It ruins this car.
Okay.
I would agree. Radio, I have a new one in the back seat, or in the trunk.
I was going to say that one looks nice.
No, it's a piece of crap.
I really hope you get rid of that. I was looking at that last night. It's so gay.
Okay. Runs like a factory car though.
Do these work?
Heated seats, yeah. It's a limited edition.
Holy crap. Whoever wins this car